Oh hey, didn't see you there. I'm glad you could stop by. I'm Casey the Clam. How do you like it here? I love it. The ocean is home to many creatures like me. It provides us with the proper temperature, salinity, water depth, oxygenation, and turbulence we need to thrive. But recently, something serious has been happening with the ocean. Our home is becoming more acidic. Scientists are calling it ocean acidification. Over the last 200 years, humans have released over 2 trillion tons of CO2 into the ocean, and a quarter of that is being absorbed by the ocean. Check out this graph. It proves what I'm saying. The more CO2 that is being emitted, the more CO2 that is being dissolved into and absorbed by the ocean. I know what you're thinking, but what's so bad about CO2 being absorbed by the ocean? Don't organisms in the water need CO2, such as phytoplanktons? But listen, dear human, the amount of CO2 being absorbed into the ocean is too much. The chemistry of the water is changing and putting the lives of those that live here at risk. When the ocean absorbs CO2, the amount of hydrogen ions increase, decreasing pH levels and making it more acidic. According to human scientists, over the last 200 years, the acidity of the ocean has increased by 30%. At the moment, the pH level of the ocean is 8.1, a 0.1 decrease since 1751. If humans continue to emit CO2 at the rate they are now, by the end of the century, pH levels may decrease by 0.5 units, and this will be a level we haven't seen in millions of years. I know these all sound like small changes, but just wait till I explain how I make my shells and the disastrous consequences of ocean acidification we have begun to see. You may be wondering how my shell is formed and what this ocean acidification means for me and others who call the ocean their home. While the CO2 that is dissolved into the ocean lowers the pH level, the more you humans produce CO2, the more acidic my home gets. And an increase in acidity means that the calcification reaction that forms and strengthens my shell, where I combine calcium ions with carbonate, is decreased. These calcium carbonate minerals are the building blocks for the skeleton of shells, kind of like how you humans need calcium for strong bones. Simply put, at low pH levels, there's less carbonate for me to use to form a protective layer and for baby shellfish larvae to get the chance to grow up, making it harder for bivalve mollusks like me and other vulnerable organisms like phytoplankton, zooplankton, mussels, oysters, and coral reefs to exist. We are literally dissolving, guys. Now, if you're thinking, who cares about a few dumb shells at the bottom of the ocean? You're not looking at the big picture. If we're going down, the cute animals are coming with us. That's right, sea otters and whales eat us shelled marine life. Not only that, but this will greatly disrupt the marine food web and you humans who rely on it. We are all linked to one another through a complex food web. Us little guys at the bottom are foundational to biodiversity and healthy ecosystems. I hate to be dramatic, but you really should be concerned what I'm telling you here today. Now that we have discussed the horrible effects of ocean acidification, let's talk about what we can do to help. Lower your CO2 emissions by driving less. Try riding public transportation, biking, or walking instead. Cut back on all that flying. Use energy-efficient appliances. Recycle and compost. Lower eating animal products that are water and land intensive. And supporting alternative energy are just a few ways you humans can help me out. Thanks for stopping by!